Hi, everyone. I want to take a few moments to show you how you can create different frameworks with different products and services. You can use any platform, and I'm going to just go through a few products that I found online and some sample frameworks that I used around other people's products. So if these products were mine, this is what I would do to promote them and to help make them more effective. The first one I found is this website called Watchminder, and it's a vibrating smartwatch. It simply cues you throughout the day. The list price is $69. If you get two or more, they're only $59. You can use them for a variety of different purposes. So what I would do if this were mine is I would just choose one ideal customer, and I would focus on marketing to just the one ideal customer. Not that you can't sell to everyone else, but it's easier to sell to one target audience. So for this one, this is again the Watchminder. I'm going to make sure that you have the link so that you can look them up if you're interested in these products. So for me, this ideal customer might be parents of level 1 autistic children, even though there's a lot of different uses for it. I would focus on just the one ideal customer. The problem that I would look to solve is that the school complains about the child needing reminders throughout the day. And my solution is Watchminder. So let's take a look at what framework we might be able to create with this. For the Watchminder, I might create a framework that brings my ideal customer on a journey from frustrated with the school's complaints to excited about their child's success. So we're going to look at a framework that might include setting goals, choosing reinforcers, teaching self-management skills, providing prompts, and delivering reinforcement. It could be something very different. You can create a framework to solve different problems. You could solve a different problem for a different target audience or a different ideal customer, but this is one framework that you could create using the Watchminder. So with the Watchminder, we might create a value ladder, and we might create different products of different values. We would start with some pretty low cost or free resources, which don't provide a lot of value. But as we move up the value ladder, the products get to be more valuable and a little bit more expensive. So for the Watchminder, we might do some social media posts. We might do some YouTube videos. We could do some downloadable cheat sheets or infographics. We could create some handouts, a workbook, subscription box of reinforcers. We could write an ebook. We could create a course on teaching self-management skills. We'd obviously have the Watchminder in the value ladder as something that they could purchase. And we could offer consultation to our ideal customer to help them implement the framework. So I hope you can see how this creating the framework and the value ladder can help you really solve a problem for your ideal customer, making what you're providing so much more valuable than simply putting up a watch and calling it good. So the next product that we're going to look at is the video modeling library. This is sold by Special Learning. It's on sale right now for $79. I don't know if it's always $79 or if that's just a special price. You can see that they give you a brief description of what the product includes. They actually give you a little bit of a value ladder or an offer stack because they're giving you different products and they show you what the value is for each of those products. So we can create a specific framework around this video modeling library. So if we wanted to sell this, what I would do, and this is $79 for a 12-month subscription. So it will renew every year for the next 12 months. So my ideal customer would be a BCBA working in home and with a focus on teaching daily living skills, given the products that are included in this subscription. So the problem is that the BCBA needs to teach daily living skills, but doesn't have the time to create all the resources that they need. And the solution would be the video modeling library. So we could create a framework for this product that includes setting goals for the client, writing programs for self-help skills, identifying potential reinforcers for the client, training staff, and monitoring and providing feedback. So again, we'll look at a value ladder that we could include for this product. We'll again include some free resources, and we'll go up the value ladder, gradually increasing the price of the product and also the value of that product. But we might include things like blog posts, YouTube videos, again, maybe some instructional videos on how to use video modeling, a subscription box again for reinforcers. Wouldn't that be fun to get a subscription box of different potential reinforcers delivered right to your house? I think that would be so fun. You could include some data collection sheets, a fidelity checklist, some staff training materials. You could include a course for RBTs around how to use video modeling to help you train staff. You could then also include the video modeling library, and you can provide consultation to help with implementation of all of the video modeling resources that are included. So if you think about it, how many times do you buy a resource that you don't actually use? Wouldn't the consultation be really helpful to make sure that you're incorporating video modeling as part of your practice with your clients? So the next product that we're going to look at is actually on different roads to learning. It's called the ABA Startup Set. This is a more expensive product. Oops. This is a more expensive product. It's $395 for the product. They don't provide you with a whole lot of information about this product. And so we have to determine just from this description whether or not this is something that is going to be helpful to us. And this is a pretty expensive product. So if I wanted to market this product, what I would do is, again, create a framework. My ideal customer would be a BCBA who's just starting out as an independent contractor who's working in homes, because a clinic is likely to have a lot of those resources, but an independent contractor is going to need to have their own resources, and that's going to be especially true if they're working in homes. So the problem is that the BCBA needs to find a way to efficiently conduct assessments in a home environment. I am going to make our framework around assessments, because if you look back to the product, you can see that these items would be really helpful when you're doing an initial assessment. So the solution for the problem that we identified would be the ABA Startup Set. So the framework might include identifying the assessments you're going to use, gathering materials, organizing the materials and the environment, conducting the assessment, and writing a treatment plan. So can you see how we might be able to help the BCBA go from worried about being able to conduct initial assessments in a home setting to really being very confident in understanding the whole process? So this would be great for new BCBAs just starting out who are having trouble finding a position that with a company that they want, and they want to become an independent contractor, but they're just not sure that they have the supports that they need. So we might set up a value ladder for this that includes blog posts obviously some training videos on how to conduct initial assessments, maybe videos on how to complete your documentation, and certainly how to use all the materials that are included in the ABA startup set. You're going to probably want some sort of checklist, and the checklist should include all of the materials that are included in the ABA startup set. You might include templates for data collection during the assessments, a parent questionnaire. You might have some courses on how to do different parts of the framework. And you might include other templates for like treatment plans. And you can also include consultation with the BCBA to be able to help them implement this framework. So the next one that we're going to look at is actually a service that's being provided. And I actually think that this is a really fun service that this BCBA is providing. It's a program evaluation services. And what they do is he takes a look at your program and he helps you identify the strengths and weaknesses of the program. And he's looking to help improve your cost effectiveness and your efficiency to make sure that your ABA program is running the way that it should be. So, he doesn't specify how much his service costs, which I think he should include that in here. And if it were my service, I would definitely include a pricing chart, because I think you're going to get people who are going to assume that it's a lot more than they could afford, even if it's not. So the ideal customer for this is ABA business owners. And the problem is that the owner believes their program fails to meet their expectations. Maybe they're struggling financially, or they're struggling with some staff retention, and they're looking for strategies to improve their program. So the solution is program evaluation services. What's interesting about this program is that he's providing a service that could essentially pay for itself. And he doesn't really do a lot to explain that or highlight that. But that's definitely something that I would recommend. He could be making recommendations to an ABA program to make sure that it's running so efficiently that they're actually starting to save more money than it costs them to have him do the consultation. So that's something that he could highlight and probably get a lot more business with that whole concept. But it would be good to take a look at a framework we could include. So the framework for this might be to set program goals. So what exactly is it that the ABA business owner wants to achieve with their business? They need to gather all of the data together around all of their financials and all of their services. They need to be able to evaluate and organize their data. They have to be able to now look at that data and identify what are the program's strengths and weaknesses. And then they have to develop a plan to improve on those areas of weakness. So for this service, we would, again, create a value ladder. How are we going to help them get to know, like, and trust us through using low cost or free products, and get them into just interacting with us? And we might include a newsletter. We could write social media posts. We could create an organizational binder that gives the ABA business owner a place to store all of their data and keep it organized. We could provide different downloads, different cheat sheets and tip sheets, and we could write an ebook on how to create a really efficient ABA program. We could have a course on that, and we could then provide the program evaluation services as the consultation for this value ladder. All right, we have another product here. This one is on Etsy. So you can see how a lot of these products are on different platforms. And I tried really hard to to include a lot of different examples. A lot of the ones that we've looked at so far have been their own individual websites, but this is Etsy. This is a product. It's called Build a Bundle. It's 16 activity sets in a carrying case. It's $170. And this one actually has 1,300 reviews, and they're all 5 stars. So even though it's expensive, it's getting really good reviews. And so people really like this product. And it's probably because it's so well organized, and it helps you be really efficient. You can actually choose any 16 of the sets that she has available to teach different skills. So for this, even though she's marketing to BCBAs, I see the ideal customer as a homeschool parent of an autistic child. I think it would be really great to market it to those homeschooling parents so that they have resources where they can just grab different sets and be able to teach a skill. And the problem is that the homeschooling parent needs to teach a wide range of academic skills, and they might not have the understanding or the skills they need to really be able to teach all of the different skills or to create their own resources, which is why I think that this would be a great ideal customer. And the solution would, again, be build a bundle. So the framework that I might create for this is to choose an assessment, because the parents are going to still need to conduct some sort of assessment, a skills assessment. They should set goals. They'll need to gather materials. They'll have to create the learning environment, and they'll have to create an academic learning routine. So for this, we might include different products that include videos, some downloadable worksheets and printables, sample homeschooling goals, sample homeschool calendars, homeschool teaching planner. We might include a checklist of necessary homeschool materials, which would of course include the materials included in Build a Bundle. And we might write an ebook, or we could include a course on overcoming some of the homeschooling obstacles that they might be facing. So all of these things could work together to really market the Build a Bundle. Here's another one. This one actually, ABC Mouse offers an affiliate program. So this is a framework that you could actually create with this program that's available. So ABC Mouse is just an early learning platform, and they provide digital activities. It's an app. They provide all sorts of academic and learning activities. It's actually very well known. And it covers a wide span of different subjects, including reading, math skills. You have some science and social studies activities, some arts activities. And they do market it as a great homeschooling resource. It's all animated, and there's different games, books, songs, puzzles, art activities that comes with printables. And I mean, you can track the progress. There's a reinforcement system built in. The kids can customize an avatar. There's an interactive zoo, an aquarium. So there's a lot of ways, an interactive farm, that the app tries to pull in a child's interests in order to get them motivated to learn. And so look at all of this information that you have to work with. So it's $13 a month, and the ideal customer would be a homeschool parent of an autistic child. So again, this is actually going to be pretty much the identical framework for the 2 different products. So you can see how I might be giving them something tangible, a physical product, or I could be marketing an app to them so that they can do the same thing. I could combine the two into one framework, but for this, I'm going to use a framework that's essentially identical. So you can see that if I was marketing this to a homeschool parent, I would want them to be able to choose an assessment, set goals, gather materials, create a learning environment, and create an educational routine. The value letter, again, could be pretty much the same thing. So I could include ABC Mouse and Build a Bundle all in the same value ladder. Our last product that we're going to take a look at is Teachers Pay Teachers. This is an ABA handbooks for clients and employees bundle. So this is something that includes a lot of different, it's 33 pages, and it includes different templates and resources for creating your employee handbook and the handbook for new clients. And you can see they show you exactly what's included in the employee handbook as well as in the client handbook. It's 33 pages. It's $646. So if this was a product, it has no reviews, so I'm guessing it's probably not selling very well. And that may be because there's no reason for me to trust the person who's made this. I don't look at this and go, wow, I really need to buy that. But if I wanted to sell this, what I would do is, again, create a framework. So I'm going to look at the ideal customer. It's a small ABA business owner. And the problem is that they need to establish documentation for both staff and clients. So the solution is going to be the ABA handbooks for clients and employees bundle. So the framework that I might create is to create policies and procedures. So this is, again, remember, we're looking to help ABA business owners, get them from feeling frustrated about and overwhelmed with setting up their ABA company to feeling confident and like their business is going to be a success. So we're going to create a framework to bring them through that journey. So the first thing they need to do is create policies and procedures. They need to develop templates that they can use with their staff and clients. They have to provide training to staff and potentially to clients' parents on how to complete all of the documentation. They have to implement their system, and they have to be able to review the documentation regularly to make sure that it's all up to date. So the value ladder that you would create for something like this would include things like blog posts, YouTube videos, downloadable templates, cheat sheets, or infographics. You can include handouts for staff, organizational system for managing documentation. You could write an ebook on how to set up an ABA company. You could create a course on creating a documentation system, or you could even create a membership to help BCBAs start their own ABA practices. You would then also include the ABA handbook for clients and employees bundle. And you could also provide consultation to BCBAs who are starting their own company. So hopefully this has been helpful to you. This is our last sample, but I hope that you can now see how any of the products can be turned into a framework, and you can create different products and services to help your customer along their journey.